Good morning, everyone. Does everyone know about Leonardo da Vinci? And to me, he is like a genius because he combined with the artist and painter and also architects and scientists, and he can develop a lot of things at the same time. So in this book is my interpretation about him. I did this book in my typography class because we have to choose the subjects, and I only can use one typeface to did this book. So yeah, this book is my interpretation about him. I can just introduce the cover first because everyone knows that he write in the mirror side. So it is kind of hard to read his sketching because it is in mirror side. You have to use the mirror to read it, and also his sketching is really great. So I combined his sketching and the type. I play around with the type which can represent his characteristic. So for the cover is the full about Leonardo da Vinci, and you can, like in this side, you can read in this way about his name. But also when you open it, you can read this side about his name. And also because I want to do it in more functional way, so when you open it, and there is the quote, I use it from him. It talks about observing with an eye to finding the significant facts, and I really like it. And then when you open it, it is his famous sketching about this. Yeah. And also for the other side, I want to use like a poster. You can just hit it. So this is my cover. And okay, here's the inside. So for this book, I chose basketball as my typeface because I think that this typeface is between the modern and classic, and I also use a lot of italic inside because it is more like the handwriting. So okay, for the first page, this is about his name, and I put it in the mirror side, so it can show his characteristic. And also in the end, at the end, I use the right way. So okay. So first of all, I just in like a simple layout about his introduction. So I used like a formal layout, the two columns to introduce him. Then for the contents, I can combine the four chapters inside, including the natural studies, anatomy, science, and invention, and the last part is about the art and imagination. The reason why I chose these four chapters is because each chapter influenced to the other subject. Because like the first one I choose is natural studies, and then when it comes to the anatomy, and when I did some research about him, he say that when he are observe the flowers or the water, and then he can come up some ideas about why human bodies and why the heart beat like that. So okay, then the first chapter is about the natural studies. So in this book I use a lot of tracing paper because for the readable about the mirror side type, it is I mean, for a tracing paper, I use it in the mirror side, right? But when I turn it, you can just read it. So, yeah, and the other reason is why I use the tracing paper is that I don't want to, like, destroy his perfect sketching. So for the tracing paper, you can just also see it, and when you turn to the next page, you can also read the title. Yeah, so this is the chapter page about the nature studies. And each chapter, I have the 3 little things about it. Like this one is the leader planes, and you can also see that his sketching is really perfect. And this is, I also create a lot of layer about this book, so you can read like this way, and when you turn it, you can also read another side of it, and it is also another layout. Yeah, and this one is about water studies. Actually, I really like this one since you can see like the water reflecting about the sunshine, and some words is transparent just like the water, and this one is the water studies. And when you turn, yeah, it's just the same function. When you turn it, you can read some word and the titles, and you can also see what he's sketching about it. So it comes to another chapter. It's about anatomy. So for the first chapter, I use first little chapter. I always use the simple layout to like opening. Then to the second one, I will use more layer to represent his characteristic about it. So also about binding, I sew it by myself. Actually, this is the first time I sewed a book because in this era, everyone just want to bind the book in the perfect binding or the machine. But since it is about his sketching book, I think that maybe this is the best way to represent it. So yeah, and I also really like this page because it's about the map, and then can turn off it, and it's about, I think it's about Rome. So I just print it on the tracing paper, and it is about some description about it, and then I put the Italian of the east, west, south, and then when you turn here, you can just like a compass, you can read it. So yeah, this book is all about this. So the last chapter is about the art and imagination.
And what is that?
Sorry?
What is this? What is on this page?
Which one?
Yeah.
Oh, art and, so the chapter page I put in the full size. Then the small title. Yes, and just like the previous one, when I turn it, you can.
So what are those images?
It's about his sketching about some pattern on the church. Yes. So, yeah. So the last page is about the typeface that I use and my research that I did it from the library. And also for this project, we also have to do the small scale about it. So the small scale is about just a small notebook about it, and the inside page is all printed on the tracing paper. And because we have to introduce the its typeface, I don't want to just write some history about it. So I type A to Z. And because of the tracing paper, when you just turn to the next page, it can complete to it. So I also picked some words about him, like the earth or the architecture for each, like A for architecture. So you can just see all of the characters. Yes. So that's my project.
Very nice.
Okay.